In this video, we'll be writing numbers using expanded form and expanded form using exponents. We will also talk about standard form and word form. When we talk about word form, our word form is basically just writing out exactly how we would say the number. So when we look at the number 1,234, we're actually going to be writing the number 1,234. And then when we use expanded form, we're actually going to use place value to represent the number. So we have to use place value to represent 1,234. So let's look at the number 1,234. If I want to do it and write it in expanded form, I know that I have 1,000, this is how we start, plus 2 hundreds, plus 30, plus 4. So that's first step in the expanded form, just expanding out each place value. I take it a step further and I take my 1 digit and I multiply it by the place that it's in, my 2, and I multiply it by the hundreds place, my 3 multiplied by the tens place, and 4, which I don't multiply by 1, I just leave it in the ones place because it's not necessary to multiply it by 1. We still have one more step. So now I'm going to look at my knowledge of exponents, and I see a couple of numbers that I can actually rewrite one more time. This is my expanded form. This will be my expanded form using exponents. We know that 1,000 can also be written as 10 to the third power. We know that 100, can be written as 10 squared. And then 10 is the same. We don't say 10 to the first power. And my 4 is not multiplied by anything. So my expanded form using exponents is 1 times 10 to the third, or 10 cubed, 2 times 10 squared, plus 3 times 10, plus 4. Okay, let's look at a number and expand it out, a number that has a decimal point. This is standard form, the way we see it. Word form is the way we would say it. We would write out 14 and 36 hundredths. Okay, so we're going to work on expanded form. So my start is that I have 10 plus 4 plus 3 tenths, because that's in the tenths place, plus 6 hundredths. So that's what it looks like if I just take each digit and put it in its place value. This is what it looks like all by itself. Okay, so then I take it and I times it by the value that it's in. So this is a 1 times 10. This is my 4 in the ones place. This is my 3 times the value of 1/10, and my 6 times the value of 1/100th. So this is how we would write it in expanded form. We don't need any exponents for these. We don't have any large numbers. So my final answer is this. Okay, so we're going to start again. And the first thing, my standard form is 2 and 104 thousandths. My word form, I would write the words out, 2 and 104 thousandths. I'm not going to do that now, but that's how you would write that. And now we're going to do expanded form. We have 2 in the ones place, so we just have a 2. We have a 1 in the 1/10ths place, so we just have 1/10. And we have nothing in the hundredths place. I can put that there. And then we have a 4 in the thousands place, so that's 4,000. And again, we take it and we multiply it by its place value. We don't have to say 2 times 1. We do say 1 times 1/10. There's a 1 in the 1/10ths place. We don't have to write 0 times 100. we just hope we recognize that there is nothing, or there is a 0 in the hundredths place. And then we have 4 times 1,000th. So our expanded form is 2 plus 1 times 1/10. 1 is in the 1/10ths place. Nothing is in the hundredths place, so we don't write anything. And then 4 times 1,000th. Okay, let's look at this last one as 237 and 4/10. So if I expand it out just the way it looks, I have 200 plus 30 plus 7 plus 4/10. So now I'm going to multiply my digits by the place value they're in. So then my next step is 2 times 100 plus 3 times 10, it's in the tens place, plus 7, again it's in the ones place, so I don't multiply it by 1, and then I have 4 in the 1/10ths place. So I look at my answer again. Can I take it one step further using exponents? I can make one change by taking the 100 and making it 10 squared. So my final answer becomes 2 times 10 squared plus 3 times 10 plus 7 plus 4 times 1/10. And that's my final answer. So now I have an example that's in expanded form, and I need to understand how to write this in standard form. So I'm going to look at what I have. I have 7 times 10 to the third. I'm going to rewrite it just knowing what those are. So that's 7 times 1,000, 4 times 100, because 10 squared is 100, plus 1 times 10, plus 3. So I know 3 is in my ones place. I have a 1 in the tens place. I have a 4 in the hundredths place. And I have a 7 in the thousandths place. So this is 7,000 plus 400 plus 10 plus 3. So let's look at another problem in expanded form. The first, it says 7 times 10 squared plus 4 times 10 plus 3 times 1/10 plus 1 times 100. So I have to look at these numbers and see, well, what does this look like in standard form? As you know, I always have my handy dandy place value chart written at the bottom or somewhere on my paper. And that way I can just place the numbers where they belong. And if there are any that aren't there, I know I need to put a 0 in its place, so because it takes that space. So I know 10 squared. Now that I know 10 squared is 100, 7 is in my hundredths place, 4 is in my tens place, nothing is in my ones place. I don't have anything just by itself. A 3 is in the 1/10ths place, and a 1 is in the 100ths place. So now I look at my number in standard form, and I just write it as I would normally see it. 740, and is my decimal point 31 hundredths. And that would be my standard form. Okay, so let's look at our last example. Again, pause the video anytime to work out your problems. We have 3 times 10 to the third plus 4 times 10 plus 2 times 1/10 plus 4 times 1,000. I do not get this problem started without my place value chart in hand. So I've drawn that already. And now I'm just going to put my numbers where they belong. They're digits, and they become numbers once they are placed in their place value. 3 times 10 to the third is 3 times 1,000. I know that 10 to the third is 1,000 because it's 10 times 10 times 10. And I've learned that already. So I put the 3 in the thousands place. 4 times 10, I don't see any ones. 2 times 1/10 and 4 times 1,000th. So my number looks kind of funny here. I know that I do have to put my zeros as place values. I have 1,000 here. So I can read my number, which would be how I would write it in word form. 3,040 and 204 thousandths, because the 4 is in the thousandths place. So that is always the last word I say, whatever the last digit, the place value of the last digit. So 3,040 and 204 thousandths. And that is it. You can work out more problems on your own. I hope you are experts on using exponents in expanded form and word form.